hungry episode of Prairie Sunset Ranch. My name's Aaron. Thank you for tuning in, my friends. I want to talk a little bit about what we're gonna do if we were to flood again this year on the west side. Last year we got hammered with that overland flash flood that almost ended us, so we prepared ahead of time this year. I'm going to show you what we did in preparation for this. Cows are hungry, hay needs to be hauled, shit needs to get done here at the cow ranch, so that's enough chit chat, Aaron. Let's pitter, batter, and get at her. Woo! Yeah? Woo! Yeah? Woo, woo! Who's this maniac that feeds you? Who's this crazy guy? Well, we're in negative digits out here. It's really nice, and we're gonna take advantage of this nice weather. We've been hammering the bales back to the hay yards. We got both the west yard and the east yard basically filled up. Now, I'm not putting too much on the west side, just due to the fact after last year's flood, if it does flood there, it'll be a washout again. So we're putting only what I'm going to be feeding up till the end of the winter there. And then everything else is getting on the high and dry east side. And then for the rest of the fields, we're just stacking them tombstone double high in all the fields. But let's go back to one of our biggest fields there where we had the most bales to haul. And I'll show you what's left there. I only have about another 2-3 loads off one side, and then another 2-3 from the middle. The last load off that field will be alfalfa grass hay, so I'm going to put that right where it's accessible because the calves will be eating that, and the cows closer to calving. Check this. Oil's nice and clean. A little high, only because I had to add that arc oil. I guess I didn't leave enough, whatever, no problems. But hydraulic oil was good too. I'm gonna take these twines out of here though. Right. Glow plug it. Beauty. I didn't have her plugged in. It's warm enough. This is the 6110. The 6400 would have to be plugged in, otherwise it wouldn't start. That thing's cold-blooded, man. Aaron, is that you? No, that's not Aaron. Just slightly misrepresented. Slightly. If you're digging these balls to the wall episodes of Prairie Sunset Ranch, make sure you hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and let's get back to work, Aaron. I should probably be taking the 6400 because it's better in the deep snow. The field that we're clearing off now is one of my fields of concern. I had to get it off before there's too much snow. Now, we're delayed because we were down a couple tractors. I got this one back in shape. I got the 6400 fixed. And then, yeah, basically it's just a game of catch up as usual. But there's so much damn hay, we're still moving as much of the good stuff back. But now we're having problems with some of the bales that we stacked out in one of our far fields. The elk are eating it. The elk are back right by the road and they're chomping away at it. So we gotta keep a close eye on that because they can do a lot of damage. Elk can eat that whole field. All those bales we stacked up pretty quick if you don't keep an eye on it. So we gotta be very proactive and keep an eye on those bales. So we're gonna go get this load of hay, and then I'm gonna take a load straight out to the back. We're gonna feed the cows. They're gonna need to be fed up, the main herd. I fed the heifers yesterday, I fed the calves yesterday, I bed them both up. So it's the cows' turn now. So the veterans are gonna get looked after today. Yeah, we've been blessed with some nice weather this winter, I'm telling you. After December, I was kind of on the edge. I was like, oh man, it's gonna get rough out here, but it warmed up for January, single digits, mild out, just absolutely a blessing, so nice. But we hammered out, this is gonna be one of my last fields to finish up. I've been hauling from the far northwest corner there, but I'm getting all the nice bales out and double stacked wherever. Why am I double stacking them? Because they're probably the safest out there. We're running out of room for our hay storage areas, and like I said, I don't want to get flooded out on that far corner, so I really don't want, I don't know what to expect this year. I'm hoping it's gonna be normal. Hopefully it doesn't happen again, but history repeats, right? So we're starting to stack at this corner too. You see Dad started a little stack there. We're gonna go probably 10 rows. We're just pushing the snow there, and then yeah, double tombstoning them. So we're just gonna tombstone them, butt up on the bottom, and then one just a row of bales just sitting normally on top of them, and double high. Works great. They can stand there for a few years if you do them right. Well, as you can see, we got it all cleared off here. It's coming along nicely. So I'm gonna go grab these bales way out there at that bush line. But this field I was concerned about. If you look straight back west there at that bush line, it gets so drifted in there. I barely got in there now. And yes, Aaron, you should have had them cleared out earlier or whatever. No, we normally do. This year we hayed until so damn late that we lost a month and a half of hauling bales, maybe more. So it's just the way it is. We hayed really late this year. It was a growing season. You had to take advantage of the feed. So that's why they're not all in yet. I normally don't, as you remember from years prior. But years prior, we only made 700 bales or whatever during the drought. So we haven't had this many bales for a while. Anyways, I'm gonna park up here. We're gonna collect these bad boys. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So in the proximity of this, oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I'll grab a couple more. So I'll turn around over here. I'll have to do a little bit of driving. That's okay. Don't park in a low area. I'm gonna drive up and then I'm going to back up so we have a little path cleared. So, yeah. So we have something, yeah, so we're not breaking trail. There we go. This should work. Wait till you see this Ukrainian trailer pin. Holy shit, flying all over the place. What the hell? Look at that, eh? Minty. Can't buy that at Harbor Freight, Princess Auto. Bet you didn't think that was gonna stay together. I'm surprised too, but it did. Look at these mice. They just chewed all the freaking twines. And you know what? I saw elk trail. The elk are coming to this field now too. So that means they're accessing our field about a mile west of here, and on the north side there that we have bales, and this field. So they must have a path cut through because a few of these bales look like they're messed up. I'm sure they're going into the middle there too. So whether you're by the road or by house, there's somebody that lives right there, but they're just right in the backyard. They don't care. They just, I guess they're used to the area, used to people. It doesn't scare them anymore. All right, I'm gonna get back to this. I'll jump in with you guys when we got this loaded up, all right? It's hard to believe I was cutting through that last year and the year before that. Not this year, but last year. I actually cut through those bulrushes straight through them. I made probably 5 bales there. It's crazy. Now it's about 7 feet tall. Probably be another 20 years before I cut in there again. Oh, there we go. Got this loaded up. See how close I got to this bloody pen. Oh, not close enough. All right, I think we're good now. Oh. Let's get these bales to the girls. I'm sure they're hungry. I just saw Dad rip out here with the old 2755 JD. It looks like he's going to be moving these bales in this field for us, so that's awesome. I guess he's going to hammer these off pretty quick. It's not too far of a drive, so he should be able to hammer out, oh man, a few loads like nothing. These girls will be good for a couple days. They're all just relaxing. Yeah, they still got lots of feed left. Yeah, they're out of hay here, so we need to do a full 3 or 4 in that big feeder. One back there is 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 6, 7 bales. We got another feeder missing. I don't know where it went. Well, actually, it is somewhere. His dad moved it. He was back here last, I think. Let's get some hay into these old girls. Look like they're starving. Not really. Spoiled brats. Yeah, let's find the one bale of twine and just like get it wrapped around your neck. Freaking, of course, Murphy's Law. Unbelievable. Freaking twine. I'm telling you, freaking mice piss me off. All right, round two, right, old girl? Round two. Well, he's just smashing the bale. God, he's stubborn, this guy. Now, I found a cow casted over by that hill. Now, what happened is I fed them up some pretty good bales. She was one of the biggest cows there, and she ate way too much. Laid down in a little dip, couldn't get up. Luckily, I found her. I hooked up a strap, pulled her, she got up, no problems. I caught it, I got lucky. Just a horseshoe up my ass, basically, because, you know, 8 out of 10 times that's a dead cow in the morning. Anyways, I moved all the feeders down to this nice even ground, so because they are eating a little bit better, just due to the fact that the hay this year isn't as high a quality as it normally is. It didn't get all the sun and stuff. It grew quick, it grew fast, and grew coarse. But they're eating more. They're definitely consuming a percentage more. How much more? I don't know exactly, but they're eating more. So I'm feeding them pretty good. We don't really have poor bales left, so they're eating like queens. A bale to give them. I normally would come in with a bale that's all the wrap off it, and I'd break it up so they bugger off. Today I didn't, because I'm a genius. Now look, now I'm gonna fight with these girls all day, feeding them up because they don't have any respect for the tractor. Now, let me know in the comment box below, do your cattle respect the tractor? These girls don't. These girls and the bulls, they don't. They know I'm not gonna drive them over or bunt them with the tire or anything, so they're not afraid of me or the tractor at all. And it does pose a little bit of a problem, you know, feeding them up. So normally I should have broke up a bale on some clean ground and got them all the way, but we'll have to make do with this. Oh shit, that's what's going on here. This is a nice bale. It's a nice bale. I didn't think it was this nice. That's okay, I better go get some more dropped. Hey, it's good stuff, ladies. Yeah, eh? There you go. See? Alright, I'll get out of your way. So I normally, in these little half feeders, I never put a really good bale in them. I put just a bale that they can pick through. So it's usually swampy or slough hay, wild hay, whatever it may be. I usually don't typically put field hay, but I usually put the field hay in the better feeders where it's not going to get as wasted. But I find in the ring feeders, they eat really efficient. They eat everything. Typically all you have are some stems left, etc. So We had a few warm days there. We got some misted rain, snow, sleet, whatever you want to call it. And it sure made these twines awesome to cut off now. It's just sweet, living the dream out here cutting these bloody twines. So annoying. Next time I'm definitely bringing these girls a bale. They're just too annoying. Every bale I drop now, they just surround me. I hate it. I'm gonna get my foot stepped on yet. Oh, now she's stepping on the twine. Okay, everyone. Okay, get off the twine. Seriously. Holy moly. Better not be hooked in her hoof. Oh yeah, it is. Perfect. Oh. So I'm curious, folks. Let me know in the comment box below. What part of the country are you? Are you in US or Canada? Where are you? And has your winter been nice? Folks, these bloody twines are driving me nuts this year. Look at this shit. Every time I turn my bloody back, look. Hey, hey, hey. Every time I turn my bloody back, there's twine wrapped around their necks. And that's because of the bloody mice. They chew it. I should have cut those off. I didn't even see this side. I knew that other side. I didn't even see this. Unbelievable. Well, I grabbed this bale from the feeder. It looks a little bit slewy. We're going to use this for bedding rather than breaking up a decent bale. So we're going to break it up with some nice level non-lumpy ground. And I'll go fork it around, and then they have somewhere dry to lay. I already moved those feeders. It looks like they're laying down in it, and yeah, this will work well. So I'll start over here and then just move my way back. Get underneath this one, it's kind of chewed away so far. Oh, there we go. Just the core of it. Well, there we go. Bed it up, fed up. Rock and roll. Let's hit the other side. I quickly want to touch base as to this spring. What am I expecting for flooding? As you might know, if you've been following my channel for a while, you know we had that overland flash flooding this spring that was uncontrollable, that almost ended us here at Prairie Sunset Ranch. It almost literally drowned us out. We were fine on the east side, the west side, different story. Now, one of you viewers, I think it was George, he reached out to me. He said, you know, you should really consider, you know, a better drainage system back here, which he's absolutely right. I'm not disagreeing with that. But at the rate that that water came in, how fast, how hot and heavy it came in, it was uncontrollable at that point. The only thing would be to have a bigger drainage, which we do now somewhat. Am I relying on it? No, no. It wouldn't save anything if this happened again. That area was our saving grace. This was all underwater, and we had this island here, and this flooded out. Now, that's normally our main hay storage area for the winter. We cut that in a quarter. We are only putting that many bales in there because that's what we're going to feed up. It won't even be, just by the time the thaw comes, that will all be gone. I'm not leaving anything in there because we actually have feed for this year, and I'm not going to take a chance at losing it. Now, Aaron, why? What, you're gambling? Why gamble with your cattle? I'm not. I'm prepared. Trust me. Listen up. This is my plan. So all these girls are gonna calve very soon, coming up soon. But I have an area on the east side that we fenced off. I don't think I even put a video out. It's completely fenced off, and that's on the other side of the road. I'll quickly show you guys. I fixed it up. We had the sheep in there. The sheep haven't been in there all year. That's where we did have some of our sheep. But these girls can be taken there. Push comes to shove, if we see an issue that's gonna rise with flooding, they're gonna be moved across the road, and it's high and dry there. It'll never flood there. If it floods there, this whole area will be washed out. There'll be none of us left. So we do have a game plan. If the waters arise again, we have that area set up. We can simply move them and their calves that area. And now with that said, they'll have everything they have here, windbreak, and they get pole barn. They got the adjacent pole barn. They'll be sharing half the pole barn with the heifers. Heifers only need half because the heifers got that loafer shed, they got the dairy barn, and half that pole barn. So that pole shed is great. So the calves can use that too. And we have another calf shelter right there that I'm fixing up that the calves can use too. If we move them, who knows, you know? And we were talking, if we do increase our herd size, that'd be a good spot to put some replacement cattle as well, right? You know, have another little herd there. It's been in the talks. I don't know. With rising input costs, all these crazy fees, you know, would you get more animals? How do you cut back? You can't really cut back on much. You can't cut back on fuel. You can't cut back on maintenance. You got to use good oils. You got to use filters. You got to, you know, where do you cut back? Can't cut back on mineral or salt or barbed wire. It's just things. Those are necessities. You can't cut back on that shit on the farm. So yeah, they got you, you know. It's kind of the push the small guy out. Small guy's got to go bigger to survive, especially with this inflation, you know. But we'll see. Got lots of things on the go here. Hopefully it's gonna be a good year. It's been a pretty good start. I'm not gonna lie, it's been decent. So you guys are all familiar. This is the sheep's area. The sheep have the front of the dairy barn. The heifers will have the dairy barn, that loafer barn, and they have the west side of this pole barn. The east side is fully empty. So what we did is we pushed a few more posts in here. We put barbed wire. This is where the sheep were. We put 2 strings of barbed wire, and then back there, you can see the field fence. We actually put barbed wire at the top of that fence. So we could fit animals in here. If it's overcrowded, we can open it up, and they can even go up to the swamp, need be. But we're building a wind block too. I'm gonna continue on with the bales down there, so they have a nice wind block from there. And then we're probably gonna move some of this snow and put bales along here as well. But this is where I plan on putting the cattle if we were to flood again this year. They're gonna be neighbors to the heifers and the sheep. But this is the best spot for them. They're out of the elements, close to feed. It's high and dry here. This area has been rested for a few years already. So it's nice, it's ready to be used. Now this brings me into my next little thing I wanted to talk about. Herd expansion. Should we expand the herd? Operating costs are record high, inflation's record high, everything's expensive. Does it make sense to run 100 head of cattle or 150 head, you know? There comes that point where you gotta do the math. But every time those input fees go up, you need a few more animals to make up for it. Now, I couldn't really tell a difference there last year, but this year, I could feel it. You could feel it. You know, you're like, well, you know what, maybe I'm gonna, you know, save a dime here or there because it's freaking ridiculous expensive this year. And it goes for everyone else. The seed guys, they're forced to buy, you know, fertilizer. I don't know. Some of those chemicals, the herbicides, pesticides they use, and the fertilizer is just, it's crazy. Well, we all use it, really. You know, I'd put some fertilizer on if it was somewhat affordable, but it's a little bit to the point where the small guy's priced out, you know, unless you have to. Like the seed guys, they have to. They got to make a spot in their budget for it, and ultimately it takes away from money in their pocket if there is any there at the end of the year anyways, right? So I don't know, folks, what do you think? Should we up our herd numbers a little bit? I was thinking maybe 20 more, 40 more. Not sure. This is where they would go though. They would go here. It's not being used. We have that water bowl, heated water bowl. Sheep would have to be, have to make another area. Probably just make another area for the sheep because they're just ridiculous anyways. Or just let them harass my cows, but I guarantee you they get stomped on. So I don't really want to mix cattle and cows. Different, they carry different bacteria, different worms, and you know, you don't need that. But that's kind of my plans. Let me know in the comment box below, what do you think I should do? I don't know, if we do a herd expansion, seeming we've never brought animals into this farm, I'd want to keep them on their own. They would have to stay here. I'm not mixing them with our other herd because we don't have any health issues and I don't want any. And then we could probably pasture them straight south of here. We won't even have to move them. They could just pasture this, the next piece. I don't know, that's kind of my thoughts. Because this last couple of years, we didn't really utilize the pastures to its max potential. Like last year, we should have. But, you know, got the land mass. We have the feed, not on drought years. Nobody has the feed, but those are my thoughts. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. Well, much like all those bloody twines, I am done. I am throwing in the towel. This is Aaron signing off. We will catch you next weekend with an all-new Prairie Sunset Ranch farm vlog. Make sure you have a great remainder to your weekend. Have an awesome week. We're gonna catch you in the next one, folks. Bye for now.